It's so wonderful in life to be connected to somebody that is a true master of his craft. And I have that with Nick, because he's one of the great icons in our professional hair industry. First of all, it's his vision. I'll mention people like Steve Jobs. I would say most people would agree he was a visionary. Even Bill Gates are visionary men in their field. Nicholas French falls into that category. He's won so many prestigious awards in the professional hair industry because he's always pushing the envelope.
There you go. Nice. Nick, for me, is this grandiose vision of hair. He is known to be at the top of the food chain, both creatively, artistically. He carries this, not just current, but he carries kind of a historical view of hair, and that's the great resource to pull from.
There are so many people in the industry that will take those elements of what Nick shares, whether it's in that moment in a hair show, and take it back to a hair salon, share it with their client, because they have that confidence, they gain that information, and who wouldn't want their hairdresser in their back pocket? And that's what he gives to us as hairdressers, to then give out to the public at large as well.
Nicholas, can you describe what we did here today?
What we did today is something quite unusual, because I love to tell a story in still photographs, and I don't think there's enough of that done in our industry. It's like a lifestyle story in the Hamptons of people meeting, people, interfacing, people loving each other, people hating each other, and beautiful wardrobe, rather like The Great Gatsby, because that's what I wanted, like Gatsby meets today. And I think we achieved that. And I think today was a representation of what we can do for people.
What can you do for people?
What we do with hair is to change people's lives, creatively, and to make them look beautiful and feel beautiful from the inside out. A couture designer can choose his fabric, can dye it and do what he wants. It's a piece of cloth, and he cuts it and designs it, and he throws it around beautifully around women. But the point of difference of what we do as professional hairdressers is we have a human being with their hair on their heads, which is fabric, and we can change the textures and colouring, cut it, and make them look so amazing. And we can change their lives because they're human beings, they're alive.
What was the highlight of the day?
Well, the storms that we had today were outrageous, so the shoot, most people sort of walked out and said it was impossible. I think it's very important to surround yourself with wonderful people, and they have to have great passion. And today was a great example of that. Because the hairdressing is all about P's. It's about passion, precision, perfection, pain. And you have to really work at it,
Often it's spoken about in the industry how the passion has to come from within. But with Nick, somehow he exudes it. He has so much to share in a motivational, inspirational sense, and he gives it back to you, and then you take that away and it removes so much fear from within you. Anyone would be captivated by that.
Nick is a wonderful mentor to young up-and-coming hairdressers, and he gives to so many people. Nobody can put a value on that.
When I first met Nick, I was very intimidated by him. I know he's a big hairdresser. I had no idea how big he was until you do your research and you're like, wow, he's come from a long line of famous hairdressers. But then when growing up and working with him since I've been 16, now I'm 21, he's more of like a family figure than anything else. I get to see him in a different light than a lot of other people do.
He's just a really nice person. It's just hard to say it any other way. He's just a genuine person, so it's nice. It's nice to be around him in that sense. And then get the creative feedback and get the creative involvement all in one is a comfortable environment.
I'm an ordinary person, and I just love to see people grow. There might be models, there might be makeup artists, there might be hairdressers, but I want to see them in the future, to carry on what my dad did. My dad was French of London, Freddie French, and he was before Vidal. And he recognised my father, and then he took it to a different place. And I think we need to take hairdressing to a different place.
Where's that?
So the public really understand who we are. With a pair of shears and a comb, you can make people happy, you can get people divorced, you can do all kinds of stuff. You know, hairdressers do a lot more than people think.
What should people take away from the page on a personal level?
Life is a dream. You should never give up on your dreams. And life can be very low and very high, and I've experienced it through my life. And I always think every day I wake up, when was the last thing you created something for the first time? And that's what one has to do, to develop new ideas. And it's uncomfortable, it's dangerous, you feel worried, you feel upset, but it pushes you to a different level. And that's where we need to push this industry to a different level so people can self-start their creative engines, you know, and make their dreams come true. You have to believe in dreams because that's what it's about, you know? It's amazing. It's an amazing experience when you feel you've done something for a person and made them feel better about themselves. And I think that's really what this industry is about. And I think it will be reflective when it's printed. And I think people will get from the printed page a huge amount of inspiration to move forwards to their next level. Okay? That's all right. That's all right.